June 30 massacre, I was just like, this is just the same thing happening over and over and over again. And it's just like, do we matter now? Do we matter? Because the one thing that unifies us now is pain. Because Darfur went through it, South Kordoufan went through it, the Nuba Mountains went through it, and now it touched down in Khartoum, and that is why we are unified. And you guys are saying, Darfur.
The land is green with incredible vistas, understanding the depth, the regrettable picture. Darfur is depicted as a land that's drifted, lifted up before the sands have shifted. The land is green with incredible vistas, understanding the depth, the regrettable picture. Darfur is depicted as a land that's drifted, lifted up before the sands have shifted. Devastation, the devil's decimated descendants. Segregation, they settled, hesitated defendants. Perpetrated, pillaged, and they penetrated the villages with the bloodlust and couldn't help the spillages. Armed by the center, Musa Hilal was sent to render death to dissenters as he entered. The war created was orchestrated. All the hatred was getting stirred by Harun's platoon of goons. Every attack promised from the office, in fact, was dishonest and whacked and demolished and cracked. With a genocide, believe no one alive or a child to hide. Running aside, a devil on horseback. Rebels are fought back. You need to flee, refugee to Janjaweed who bleed your seed, scorch your earth before your birth. Torch the turf, you saw the hurt. Hurled in dirt, berserk, the smirk first, the worst. Second, they rest and sleep. Peacekeepers are sent, leave weaker they spent. Pull them out when the cause is lost. And the force is soft, lost control, stop their role. The United Nations are hiding, invading. The land is green with incredible vistas, understanding the depth, the regrettable picture. Darfur is depicted as a land that's drifted, lifted up before the sands have shifted. The land is green with incredible vistas, understanding the depth, the regrettable picture. Darfur is depicted as a land that's drifted, lifted up before the sands have shifted. Green over the gorgeous, over the mountain chills. However the fountain spills, moreover a counting kills. Surrounding the mountain through waterfalls and plains. For the waterfall amid a mortar full of plains. Government airstrikes, the covenant wears like a leaky spare pipe that's repaired twice. Any treaty that they opened to write is teared thrice, never repaired since they've never spared life. An uphill battle for peace, cattle herds and beef travel on saddles filled with heat. Herders murder, cheat, rob and loot, burn the roof, cause the Sahel is hell and that's a hell of a retreat. The Zagawa, clap back, Bagara, backtrack. Re-up, restock, reinforced with the force of chemical weapons. No medical sessions will save a fam from burning to death in a matter of seconds. The land is green with incredible vistas, understanding the depth, the regrettable picture. Darfur is depicted as a land that's drifted, lifted up before the sands have shifted. The land is green with incredible vistas, understanding the depth, the regrettable picture. Darfur is depicted as a land that's drifted, lifted up before the sands have shifted. Darfur's backstory, a little history. The Torah, the Daju, the Tunja dynasty. The Kira's era became the sultanate that was ultimately how the green land fell to the Turks. Slaves were traded, back and forth how they swayed it. Changing hands, a tug of war as Egypt played it. As they invaded the land and raided and planned, the Ottomans sought to throttle them, to hit the lotto them by robbing men. Next by the British is annexed, to finish the tragic tale of graphic disfiguration, colonization into the land now known as Sudan. A colonial name picked for the land of the blacks. Custodial reign over the habitat, a melting pot, calling the kettle black. As they settle back, independence is granted, with their vengeance is handed, given the reins as a division remains. Arab supremacy was the legacy, the energy shaping the hate in the war, hitting the four and more. Masala get hit by Arabs equipped with armored whips, discriminate, incinerate, obliterate, assimilate, eradicate the language, to facilitate the anguish, the enigma of prestigma, who stigmatize and victimize and live in the lies when to white surprise, why side to side. They look alike, so they thought, ironically, chronically trick us with the system of caste, split us in half, give us the task to hurt one another, murk one another, make a brother suffer the path in the gutter. Now the thug of the show, dug a low, laid low, regretted his crew of loose screws, rapid support forces, tactics of course cautious, double-crossed Bashir and his cohorts were caught sort of in the door stalling. Harden remains in power for the hour. It's bitter sour living our life under another dictator. A year later, but as of today, Kushay will pay in court. A warlord stayed betrayed. The land is green with incredible vistas, understanding the depth, the regrettable picture. Darfur is depicted as a land that's drifted, lifted up before the sands have shifted. The land is green with incredible vistas, understanding the depth, the regrettable picture. Darfur is depicted as a land that's drifted, lifted up before the sands have shifted.
I have a connection with Darfur. I'm from Darfur. I'm from Miata. And so Yeah, so like every time, like I was saying, like there's always a riot, and so like I'm also angry. Like I'm very angry, especially with everything that's happening, because they're talking like, oh, we didn't believe you. Why would we make this up?
Right.
I don't think people understand like what people went through. Like I only saw a glimpse of what was going on. So what happened June 3rd, yes, it was devastating, but nothing compared to what people in Darfur went through. Like before you guys knew them as the Rapid Support Forces, they were Janjaweed. Before they were Janjaweed, they were Toroboro to us. So like don't try to change your names, because it's the same exact people who have been like terrorizing Darfur, raping the women, burning the villages. Do you guys know what it's like to see a village burn? Like 2007, I was in Sudan. I was going from Kas to Niala. My dad's from Kas, my mom's from Niala. And we were outside the town Bunwood. And so during the time, the government is providing weapons and bombs to the Janjaweed. So basically, they bombed the village from top and they cornered them. They did a little triangle. And I was 12 during the time. Do you know what it's like to see like blood people on the bus, just like bleeding, and women taking what's left of their home